Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Derek Martinez. The Hazleton Area School District held their first regular school board meeting of 2024 on Thursday. The school board approved several items at the meeting, including plans to build a new 1,200-student kindergarten to 5th grade elementary school building. The building will be located behind the Hazleton Area High School on existing school district property. Superintendent Dr. Brian Uplinger told us more about the approval of the planning stage.
Just being able to get the building process started, and that was item number 98 on the agenda. And again, that doesn't mean that we are focused on just that plan. Just gives us the opportunity to start the process, speak with our architect and engineers and whomever to start scheduling the Act 34 hearing that's necessary to be able to start that process. So that gave us that ability to do so.
Uplinger said grade configurations and building names would change across the district with the construction of the new building. An Act 34 hearing will also be scheduled within the next month in accordance with applicable school code. Construction for the new school is planned to take place over the next several years. The school board also approved renovations to the Maple Manor Fieldhouse.
Our field house that is over on Maple Manor Field, that project was also approved. So that building will be torn down that's currently there, a new one erected prior to the turf being laid out. So that'll give us that opportunity to protect that turf before it gets laid down, and we'll have a new facility there.
Uplinger also mentioned the school board's plans to approve an additional fieldhouse facility behind the high school track in the area that was formerly Raider Field.
That facility will provide another safe haven for students, for community members to come in, and there'll be a full-size soccer field in there. Basketball courts. We're hoping to be able to put in bowling alleys since we lost the bowling alleys here in town for our bowling team. We have to ship them out of town to be home. They have to go to hometown for their home matches, which isn't fair to them. So we're looking to add that to that facility as well. So we're excited about that process. There's a lot going on.
The Hazleton School Board meeting was held on Thursday at the Hazleton Career Center. 2 teens have been arrested in connection with an incident that occurred near Scranton High School on Wednesday. According to police, 16-year-old Sahara Dickerson was arrested on Wednesday after he was discovered with a concealed AR-15 style rifle on Providence Road. Police say a 14-year-old juvenile had also been charged in connection with the incident. In a press release, police report that Dickerson and the 14-year-old juvenile had been planning to shoot rival gang members and steal a vehicle. According to court documents, Dickerson had also been charged as an adult with aggravated assault, false identification, and firearm offenses in connection with the incident. He is currently behind bars at the Lackawanna County Prison without bail. The 14-year-old has been charged as a juvenile as a result of their age and is being held in a secure facility due to the severity of the crime. Scranton School District was placed under lockdown as a precaution during the investigation, and Scranton police have increased their presence in the area of Scranton schools. The incident is still under investigation. A man wanted for crimes along the East Coast, including a deadly shooting at a club in Old Forge, has been killed by New Jersey police. Shamar Leggett was killed after a January 22nd incident where Pennsylvania State Police in Dunmore received a call from an attorney that his client, Samantha Martinez, was claiming to be held against her will by Leggett. Both individuals had been suspects in the homicide investigation at the Diamond Club in Old Forge. Officials say they then obtained Martinez's phone records and located her cell phone, which led officials to the area of South Brunswick, New Jersey. A standoff ensued when United States Marshals say they attempted to get both individuals out of their hotel room, but only Martinez came out. According to police, Leggett eventually exited the room and fired a gun towards the Marshals, who returned the fire, killing Leggett. Afterward, officials say Martinez confessed to driving Leggett to the Diamond Club and stated that he was responsible for the shooting death of 34-year-old Kyrie Abduruzak from Plymouth. At the time of the shooting, Leggett resided in Wilkes-Barre. Leggett was also wanted in Rhode Island and New York for armed robberies. Martinez has been taken into custody and is facing unrelated charges. An apartment building and business were destroyed in a Frackville fire on Thursday. Crews were called to the scene near the intersection of Arch and South Lehigh Streets for a possible fire around noon on Thursday. When crews arrived on the scene, they found a heavy fire coming from 2 buildings on South Lehigh Street. 4 people were inside the home during the blaze, but all 4 made it out safely. The cause of the fire is under investigation, and the American Red Cross was called to help the victims of the fire. 2 men have been arrested after they allegedly held a confidential informant hostage and threatened to kill the informant's family. Mount Carmel police say Anthony Wetzel, Charles Troop, and an unnamed 16-year-old picked up the confidential informant at 4 a.m. before going to Wetzel's home. The affidavit states that when arriving at Wetzel's home, Wetzel and Troop saw a police car near the home and decided that the informant was not allowed to leave the basement of Wetzel's house for 9 hours. According to police, Troop put his arm around the victim's neck and demanded $500 or else he would kill the informant and his family. Police say the informant handed Troop the money and was released. The informant then told officials what had happened. Wetzel and Troop have been charged with robbery, aggravated assault, theft, kidnapping, and other related charges in connection with the incident. Troop is facing additional charges of terroristic threats, strangulation, and possessing an instrument of crime. They are both behind bars of the Northumberland County Prison. A man has been arrested after he was stopped by Pocono Township Police. Andrew Brisbane was taken into custody after an officer observed his white Ford F-150 driving in the oncoming lane of traffic and almost crashing into the officer's patrol vehicle. Officers then conducted a traffic stop on the truck and noted signs of impairment when they spoke with Brisbane. Brisbane was arrested and taken into the Monroe County DUI Center for processing. A warrant was obtained for the truck on an unrelated charge. While searching the vehicle, officers found marijuana inside the center console. Brisbane has been charged with driving under the influence, possession of a small amount of marijuana, and reckless driving, among other related charges. Coming up on WYLN News, the DARE program comes to the Hanover Township School District. Plus, Camp Cranium receives a grant from the First Federal Charitable Foundation. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kits. We'll be right back.
My name is Abby, and my work will be cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Joshua Frey is wanted on 2 charges of driving under the influence. He is known to have ties to the Lehighton area. Anyone with information regarding Frey's whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. The Hanover Township Police Department has announced the launch of a new program at the Hanover Area School District. The Drug Abuse Resistance Education Program, or DARE, is a 12-week effort dedicated to empowering youths to lead safe, healthy, and responsible lives. During the program, police say students will have the opportunity to build positive relationships with law enforcement while learning about topics such as substance use, online safety, and mental health. Camp Cranium received a $5,000 grant this week from the First Federal Charitable Foundation. Camp Cranium is a week-long summer camp held at Camp Victory in Millville, specially designed for children ages 6 to 18 who suffer from brain injuries. The camp is designed to give campers the opportunity to make friends and enjoy an inclusive, all-ability summer camp experience. The $5,000 grant will help the 16th annual Camp Cranium Summer Camp and will allow the organization to offer 6 scholarships to the camp. For more information about Camp Cranium, you can visit their website at campcranium.org. Coming up on Catalyst's News Choice, we discuss the AFC Championship game on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, our furry friends are back on Pets of the Week. Then we check in with Representative Dane Watrow on Watrow's weekly update. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm joined with Dr. John. Dr. John, how's it going?
Thanks again, Ryan, for coming every day.
No problem. So we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. We've been talking about it a good bit, and obviously people tend to drop those. So we're going to talk about how to stick with it no matter what you choose.
The books that I've read said the best way to stick to any goal, write it down, read it every day. So for example, if you want to lose 20 pounds, the best thing is to drink lots of water, go to the gym in moderation, get on that scale once a week, lose 1 pound per week. So drink more water, exercise, but when you write it down, I want to lose 20 pounds within the next 20 weeks, those people stick to their goals.
Yep, excellent advice, and obviously people should follow that, but I'd like to thank Dr. John for joining us on this Feel Good Friday. We'll see you next time.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back to a Friday edition of Let's Talk Sports. Yesterday we talked NFC Championship game. So today we're going to talk AFC Championship game. We have Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Couldn't ask for a much better matchup with the circumstances we got. Obviously, it could have been Buffalo, but the kick was wide right. I'm sorry, Bills fans. It still hurts for them, probably. I know the feeling. But anyway, this is going to be a highly contested matchup. Right now, the spread is currently at 2.5 points, slightly favoring the Ravens at their home stadium. They have a bunch of stuff going on for the game. Michael Phelps is going to deliver the game ball. You have legends being honored during the game. You have just everything you could want for a Ravens fan. All the legends are coming back. Terrell Suggs, Jonathan Ogden, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Anquan Bolden. Like, the list goes on and on and on. It's going to be a special atmosphere Sunday in Baltimore. But the Chiefs are going to try to ruin that party. This is Mahomes' second career playoff road game. Obviously, his first was last week against the Bills. It's pretty crazy how in a rebuild year, well, technically a rebuild year, that the Chiefs are still in the AFC title game. Just shows you what a good coach and a good quarterback can lead you to. And I'm not going to describe the defense. It is very good as well. But the Ravens one is just a little bit better in my eyes. I just think that the Ravens have more playmakers like Kyle Hamilton and the linebackers in Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith to make a difference. Obviously, the D-line depth is insane. They're going to lose a couple of those guys to free agency this offseason because they just don't have the money to pay all these players. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But that's for a segment 2-3 months down the road. We're talking about the AFC Championship game right now. And if I were to give my pick, I'm going to pick the Ravens. I just think this is Lamar Jackson's time, and he's going to win a Super Bowl and his second MVP, although I know that narrative, MVPs don't typically win Super Bowls, but I think Lamar is just the kind of athlete / player / quarterback to do just that. He's insane with the ball in his hands. He could beat you in many different ways, and I think the Chiefs won't be ready for him come Sunday. I know Josh Allen is a little bit of the same, but Lamar's just a different athlete in terms of speed and just, agility and moves in the open field. He just has more of a repertoire than Josh Allen, who's kind of been going the fake slide. You could debate that one with yourself because we're not going to debate that today, but it kind of feels like he's been fake sliding a little bit. But it's just one of those things where I think Baltimore, Odell Beckham's going to make it back to a Super Bowl, and then you have all these defenders who have rightly earned their place. But the Chiefs won't go down without a fight. Travis Kelce will look to pick apart the 2-star linebackers in the middle, and maybe, just maybe, the Chiefs will get a surprise contribution from a receiver outside, that is, besides Rashee Rice, because he's been an absolute stud. He's been everything the Chiefs could have won it when they picked him in the second round, and now it's just a matter of time before he ascends into a superstar, because that's what happens when you're with Patrick Mahomes and you're pretty good at football. Obviously, Sky Moore didn't pan out. Marquez Valdes-Scantling didn't pan out. Kadarius Toney, Mecole Hardman, who almost cost them the game last week. It was a very ugly scene, but maybe Mecole Hardman will have a bounce back. I don't think he'll see the field much, but it'll just all come down to Isaiah Pacheco and Rashee Rice. Obviously, they're going to keep an eye on Kelce, but when you have that second and third weapon, especially out of the backfield, it'll be very hard to stop, especially with someone like Patrick Mahomes. This is all the makings of a classic. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens, and I'm going to take them 21-17. I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair. These defenses are great. The stadium down in Baltimore is going to be absolutely rocking. It's going to be a special game for sure. Of course, it's the right to go to the Super Bowl, and like I said, I think we're going to have a Baltimore-Detroit Super Bowl. If you would have told me that at the beginning of the season, I would have said, you're crazy, it's never going to happen. But here we are, and I think it's going to happen. It wouldn't shock me if any of these teams won on Sunday, but those are my picks, and we will see you back here on Monday to recap all the action on Let's Talk Sports. Have a good one.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Two Italian Guys Pizzeria, 3 West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton has all your favorites, from pizza, hoagies, salads, entrees, wings, and sides. Always made with the freshest ingredients. Call them at 570-459-2783.
Getting to the finish line starts with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, the region's leader in sports medicine. Our specialists use the most advanced technology for faster, better results, so elite and everyday athletes can compete like champions once again. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chairs Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Chairs is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
There is no time like the present to adopt a pet, and the SPCA of Luzerne County has more breeds, shapes, and sizes of furry friends for you to check out this week. Everyone say hello to Max. Look at that face. Max is a 2-year-old pitty mix who had a rough start. He's a volunteer favorite and very sweet. Max likes other dogs and loves to explore his surroundings. He does have some separation anxiety and would do best in a home where he won't be left alone for hours at a time. Next up, meet Carl. Carl is a sweet and gentle tuxedo fellow. As he is a stray, we do not have an age for him. He's affectionate and loves being held. He seems to also like other kitties. Call 570-825-4111 to come on down and check out these featured pets and more. You may just meet your new best friend and give them a well-deserved forever home. Welcome back to Watro's Weekly Updates. I'm here with State Representative Dane Watro. Dane, how's it going?
Very good. Thank you again for having me here. I know I just said earlier that everywhere I go within a community, I get out and about quite often, and people always come up and say, I watch your weekly segment on WYLN. So I want to thank you and WYLN so very much for having me on here and getting the good news out about Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we appreciate you choosing us as, an information provider. It's been a lot of fun these last couple of weeks doing this segment.
Yes, thank you.
So we're going to start with a recap because you've been quite busy. It always seems that you're busy. You're always busy, always going. You had a coffee and conversation with Senator Argel, and you also had a teletown hall.
Yeah, so it was last Wednesday. We had the actual teletown hall. We had over 700 members within our constituency on that call in the 116th legislative district. And I got to tell you what a huge success. I did a couple surveys, a lot of people participated, so many questions were answered. However, in there we have an operator taking the questions for us and then funneling us the questions so we could go ahead and talk live. However, the people we did not get to, the very next day, my staff called each individual one and got in contact with those constituents that had those questions and concerns, and we got them answered. The very next day, we had a coffee and conversation. the good senator and I walked into, as we're walking up to the door, the senator looked at me, he said, you know, Dane, I don't know if anybody's going to be here today because we had over 700 and some people on the teletown hall. But, of course, the Shepton Fire Hall was packed, so I definitely want to thank the good town of Shepton, East Union Township, for allowing us that opportunity to have that in-person town hall meeting there. So, you know, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, it's always important, you know, either way you can do it, whether it's through, you know, telecommunication or in person, it's always important to get, you know, the information out there and, you know, talk with your constituents as well.
Right. Yes.
So we were also talking a little bit beforehand about some jobs in our area.
Yeah, just yesterday I was at Hazleton Penn State campus and the Fish and Boat Commission, they're there. And every time I hear jobs, my antennas go up because I'm always thinking, okay, who is looking for a job in our area, especially state jobs? And right now they have applications open for the Fish and Boat Commission. And I encourage anybody that has some interest in that, definitely be interested in that line of work, to go ahead and apply. The application deadline is February the 5th. It's a good job, good starting wages, qualification 21 years of age. Pretty simple. So I definitely encourage our constituents here in the district and in the Commonwealth to go ahead and apply because, like I said, it's a good job. They're looking for people, good qualified people, 21 years of age. And like I said, every time I hear jobs, I like jobs, jobs, jobs. My antenna goes up, pay close attention, write some notes. And now it's going to also be in our weekly newsletter and potentially on Facebook.
I was gonna ask you for the information about applying. That will be on your Facebook, and they could reach out to you if, you know, they want more information.
Yes, absolutely. Please reach out to my office in downtown Hazleton and Monterey City, and the good senator as well.
Totally. And then we're going to talk about the Facebook a little bit because that's how you get the information out there. That's how people know. The weekly newsletter is a great thing, but if you want to stay up to date, you know, at every second, the Facebook page, turn on some notifications.
Yes.
And just
like
follow.
Yep, fire away. So the Facebook is a great tool. Weekly updates, if you go on repwatchro.com's website, you can sign up for weekly updates every Friday morning to early afternoon. I'll send everybody a newsletter letting them know what is going on in the district, jobs in our Commonwealth here, and just letting the people know what I've been up to and what I'm doing. I'm here, what am I here? Every other week?
Every other week, yes.
And then we do a recording. So I cannot thank you enough for delivering this information out to the people. And I am very gracious and thankful.
Like we said, we appreciate you choosing us for, you know, getting the information out there. It's been a pleasure. So is there anything else you'd like to tell the people before we depart here?
No, just please just plug in and try to gain as much knowledge and access to what the state has to offer. There's so many good resources out there. The homeowners rebate and rent rebate program is now officially open. It is a huge tool. It's a huge benefit for older Pennsylvanians, and please, if you think you're qualified, if you're not sure, just call my office. It's that simple. We'll get you lined up. We'll see if you're qualified for those benefits, and I'll get you squared away. That's why we're here. We're here to help.
I'd like to thank State Representative Dane Washer for joining us on Washer's Weekly Updates. We'll see you next time. And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35,